So, that ended about as much as, about exactly as I thought it would. So, now the next thing to do is to jump back here. And instead of choosing the blue door, we are going to choose the only other option that we can. Clover and I were a pair. That meant that I had to choose one of the 3 solos. Guess we're going with Dio. I'll take Dio. That means the red door for us.
Whoa. Betting on the dark horse, huh? Feels kind of weird to say that about myself. Anyway, might as well be polite. Thank you.
Are you okay with that, Clover?
Well, I don't really trust him, but if Alice really wants to go with option B...
Yes, this works fine. Kay, Tenmyoji, and I will take the green door. It's not great, but it's better than Dio. I'm good.
Well, I'm willing to do option B. Quark should be fine if he's with Luna.
Okay, I'll take good care of him, I promise.
What about Phi and Kay?
No problems here. I'll take Quark and Luna and we'll do the blue door.
I also approve of option B. I will take the green door, correct?
Yeah, good. Looks like we're all set. Kay nodded and handed Quark gently to Luna.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
Come on, guys, hurry. The door's already closing.
Coming!
I know!
With seconds to spare, we leapt across the threshold.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
What is this? There are 3 different doors.
Which one do we take?
Dunno, but it looks like they're all locked anyway.
So this is a dead end? Great.
No, hold on. What's this thing?
Well, it's got a lever on it.
Don't get too attached. It's probably a lever.
Ah, terrible. Are you serious?
Yeah, pretty good, huh? Am I great or what? Huh?
Hey, Sigma, is this chick simple or something?
I wouldn't rule it out. Let's just take it easy with her, okay?
Hey! What kind of a gentleman has a secret conversation in front of a lady? I guess it can't be helped, though. You boys just secrete secrets.
Wow. Just wow.
Oh man, I'm good.
Sigma, please, let me give her a smack.
No. I wouldn't do that. What if it only makes her worse?
Well, I think that's enough genius comedy for now. How about we throw that lever?
I thought you said you should stay away from it.
Well, you don't really think anything bad's gonna happen if you pull it, do you? Besides, it's not like we can go back.
Fine. I'll do it. Ready? Here we go!
Oh? The center one opened.
Looks like the others are still locked, though.
Through the center one, then. Forward!
Without waiting for a response, Clover marched through the door. Now, the one that was on the right before was the pantry, so I wonder what this one is. Dio and I shared a glance, shook our heads, and followed. Oh, the laboratory. I remember the last time I was in the laboratory. What is this place?
Well, it said laboratory on the door, didn't it? I figure that means they're dissecting frogs or building mine rays or something.
A laboratory, huh?
Do you think they might research stuff like viruses here?
I mean, it's possible.
If they do...
Good idea. We might be able to find some of that Excelivir.
If we do, we can cure Quark.
You really think it'll be that easy?
Well, somebody's a positive thinker.
Shut it. Just saying. This place hasn't exactly been set up for us to succeed so far.
You're not wrong, however. Well, we won't know until we look. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start looking around. There's something on this tray. Empty capsule. Looks like a ball. There isn't anything in it. Do you think we're supposed to stick this metal part into something? One hemisphere of this capsule is transparent. It's empty. One hemisphere of this capsule is transparent. It's empty. A cylinder full of seeds. They're thin and don't have any markings. What's this thing? Who knows? Strange machine. We don't know what it does, so it's probably best to leave it alone for now.
A binder?
Looks like there's 2 pieces of paper in here.
Yeah. Let's see here. Hydroponics Research 1 and 2.
You have found Hydroponics Research 1 and 2. You can review them in the archive. A binder. There's some paper inside. Let me see that. It says steps for dissecting a frog. Oh god, no. Please don't tell me we're gonna dissect a frog. I didn't have to do that in high school, but geez, I don't want to have to do that here. Tray. Nothing on it anymore. Oh, there we go. That's the locked door, and that's as far as we can go. There's a steel plate bolted across the door. Can't open it. Seed. A cylinder full of seeds. They're round and striped. I wonder, actually. Nope. Didn't think so. Some beakers.
Looks like they're empty.
We probably won't need them then. Ah, saline solution. Sip.
This is saline solution.
What the hell, Clover? What if that had been poison or something?
You worry too much. I just pretended to drink it.
And how do you know it's saline solution?
It says on the underside of the lid, silly.
Bitch. Oh boy.
Look, it's Lord Hobbington.
Don't give it a name.
Aww. It looks like he's dead.
Yeah, he's probably been preserved.
I think the liquid inside is ethanol.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
The smell.
Really?
Yeah, it smells like disinfectant, right? And besides, scientists preserve stuff in ethanol all the time. These look like something you might put specimens in.
Maybe, but there's nothing in them right now. Oh, I just see something else. Roots. What the hell is this? A dead spider? Maybe it's a fake beard. Have you ever seen a person with a beard like this? Yeah, my grandpa had one. Okay then. Looks like it's a root. It's probably some kind of preserved specimen. I think we're done with this corner of the room. More seeds. Binder.
There's some paper inside of it. It says DNA extraction instructions.
You found the DNA extraction instructions. You can review them in the archive. What's this thing? That thing on the top looks like some sort of industrial strength lid. Oh, it's a blender.
If you open it up, it looks like a blender or something.
I don't think you'd use it for cooking though. Maybe it's for scientific experimentation. We are in a lab. Yeah, you could probably pulverize just about anything with something this heavy duty.
You know that hydroponics research thing we just found? I think it said something about preparing different hydroponic fluids and how they each had a different color. Do you think it was talking about these?
I mean, that's possible. Let's take a look at some of the shit that we picked up. So, memory card for the PCE. We don't need it anymore. Preparation of hydroponic fluid and seeds. Preparation 1. Prepare the 5 different hydroponic fluids. Dilute with ratio 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. Each fluid has a distinct color. Preparation 2. Prepare the 5 types of plant seeds. 2 long seeds, 3 round seeds. Okay. Research has shown that there is a distinct and repeatable relationship between the fluid size and the type of seed. These relationships can be characterized in the following manner. The long seeds fail to germinate in 3 of the liquids. Round seeds in fluid B, yellow, and fluid D, cyan, fail to germinate. None of the marked seeds germinated if put in fluid C, green. Non-marked seeds fail to germinate in fluid A, red, or fluid B, yellow. When the striped seeds were put into fluid D, cyan, and fluid E, blue, only one of them failed to germinate. Okay, so that's more information I'm going to need to write down. Okay. Long seeds, round seeds, and striped seeds. And if memory serves, I think we have all 3. Fluid A, fluid B, fluid C, fluid D, and fluid E. So A was red, B was yellow, C was green, D was cyan, and E was blue. So, based on this word puzzle, long seeds fail to germinate in 3 of the fluids. Okay. 3 failed. The round seeds in fluid B and D failed to germinate. And D failed. None of the marked seeds germinated if put in fluid C. Non-marked seeds failed to germinate in fluid A or fluid B. And when the striped seeds were put in fluid D and fluid E, only one of them failed to germinate. Steps for dissecting a frog. Remove the specimen from its preserved being ethanol. Dispose of the ethanol by pouring it down the drain in the fume cupboard. The ethanol will be filtered and gathered in the liquid waste tank beneath the cupboard, and begin dissection using provided scalpel. Be sure to conduct your dissection inside the fume cupboard. Ew. And DNA extraction instructions. Proceed through the following steps to extract DNA from a plant's roots and seeds. Place plant material in designated blender and activate the blender. Once the material has been thoroughly broken down, add a solution of saline water. The liquid will be filtered and dripped down into a beaker. Once it has done so, pour the ethanol into the beaker. The DNA will collect at the bottom of the beaker. Use an empty capsule to collect it. Okay. Tells me absolutely nothing. Ah. We did not get all the seeds. A cylinder full of seeds. They're round. One half is colored and the other isn't. It's black. There's nothing going on here. Is this a microscope? I tried looking into the eyepiece, but it's pitch black in there.
Well, there's these 4 holes on top of it. Maybe we need to stick something in them.
A machine that looks like a microscope of some sort. There are 4 cylinder holes at the top. I wonder if I'm supposed to put something in the holes. Ah, there's something over here too. Seeds. Cylinder full of seeds. They're round and don't have any markings. Okay, so let's take a look at the types of seeds that we have. So,
a few moments later.
So, having written everything down, the non-marked seeds failed to germinate in fluids A. They also failed in B. Yeah, they failed in A and B. Marked seeds failed to germinate in C. Brown seeds failed to germinate in cyan, so D. And the stripes. Striped seeds possibly germinated in both D and E. Round seeds failed to germinate in yellow. And the non-marked seeds also failed to germinate in yellow. Which I already wrote. Yellow has to be the thin one with stripes. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. The stuff in these 5 beakers appear to be undiluted hydroponic fluid. Apparently, I need to dilute it with water. Okay, so I need water. Do I have water? No, I have saline. Okay, so where do I get water? Man, look at all those pipes. I think they run down to the beakers underneath.
There are handles for the pipes meet.
Oops.
Turn the handle right, the liquid goes right. And if you turn it left, the liquid goes left. So maybe if you put it in the middle, half goes to the left and half goes to the right?
What is this liquid then?
Probably water.
What do the numbers mean? Are they supposed to indicate the amount of water that flows out of each pipe? There aren't any units, but it looks like 80-somethings of water come out of the center pipe. And then each pipe after the split gets 40. So we're supposed to regulate the flow of water with the handles so that each beaker gets the correct amount? Yeah? How do we get the water to come out in the first place?
I think you probably just pull the lever over there on the right. Like this.
After turning the correct levers, pull down on the lever on the right to pour water into the beakers. Okay, let's give it a shot. Nope. I'm literally guessing here.
Eventually.
Am I overthinking this? What if I did this? Are you fucking kidding me? We pour the water into the beakers and all the lights are green. You did it! Okay, so let's see here. Beakers contain liquid culture. Each seed requires a particular kind of culture. Place each seed in the appropriate beaker. By dragging a seed on top of another seed, you can switch them. Press the check button after you've put the seeds in the correct place. When each seed is in the correct culture, you will have completed the puzzle. I'm not sure what's going on, but here goes. Okay, that's how I do that. So I said thin with stripes was B. Unmarked, round or thin. Oh, I got one right. Okay, so this one is right. So okay, so C has to be the unmarked round. I figured that out. Hooray! So maybe that one there, and then that one there. Nope. Okay, now we are cooking. Got it.
You did it, Sigma! You've sown your seeds.
Don't say that again.
Huh? Why not?
Just don't. Quiet, you two. Look at this.
Oh!
A red capsule. There's a red capsule sitting in the hole. So I guess we take that. Ah, that's what I do. Cool.
Huh? Why'd they put a speaker here?
That's a drain. What is wrong with you? Okay, so it said something about putting the saline in the drain.
Oh, that stuff Lord Hoppington is in is ethanol, right? You might want to dump it down the drain or something. If you're gonna take him out of here.
Oh. Okay. I'll just pour the froggy ethanol into the drain. And set the frog over here. That tank collects liquid waste. The ethanol I poured down this drain should be in there. You poured. It's a little big, but I have a feeling you should take it. Okay. So, what do we do with this frog? Actually, I guess we already know, huh? The instructions in that binder didn't leave a lot to the imagination. Begin dissection using provided scalpel. Got it open, basically. Man, that's kind of messed up. Zero Senior's got some issues, I think. Whatever. Not like we got a lot of choice here. Guess we'd better find a scalpel then, huh? Yeah, so where am I gonna find a scalpel? I think that's everything. There doesn't seem to be anything else in here that we can use.
look at the binder we found next to the mixer? I remember seeing something in there that said DNA extraction instructions. I think there was a part about using the mixer for something.
She's right. Place plant material in designated blender and activate the blender. Once the material has been thoroughly broken down, add a solution of saline water. Okay. Okay, time to throw this root in the mixer. Alright, done. Now for the saline water. Alright. I'll just pour the saline solution in here. There's a funnel above the beaker. Filtered liquid comes out of it. Eventually. Okay, looking good.
What are we supposed to do next? What does the manual say?
Well, step number 3 says something like this. The liquid will filter into the beaker. Add ethanol to the liquid.
I guess you should pour in the ethanol then.
Alright, next I need is to pour the ethanol into the beaker. Then... Guess this should do it. Do you think this gel here has the DNA in it that we're supposed to collect?
Probably.
So what are we doing then?
Does the manual say anything?
Oh yeah. I think there was a 4th step in there. DNA will collect at the bottom of the beaker. Use an empty capsule to collect it. Alright, I'm gonna dip the perfusion in this capsule into the stuff in the beaker.
Awesome, you got it all!
Yes, I did. Oh, there it is. Oh boy. Pretty fancy tray.
Is that a cat playing with a ball of yarn?
Are you even looking at it? It's a lion! How are you not kidding that?
What?
Sorry. It's a sort of tick I picked up when I was a kid. Whenever I talk about cats, I kind of, well, you heard.
But that's pretty weird. Sigma? What are you gonna do with the scalpel? Are you gonna cut Lord Hoppington open?
Well, I don't really have a choice now, do I?
But poor Lord Hoppington.
What are you freaking out about? It's dead.
That's not the point. It's still sad.
Yeah. It is kind of sad. Oh, for the love of... This frog is dead. It is an ex-frog. Aww. Fine. I'll do it. Hey, well, I guess that saves me the trouble. Huh? Something came out of his stomach. A blue capsule? Ew.
Lord Hoppington. Why? You left us too soon!
Shut up! Sigma! Come here! What's wrong? I can see something in here. What do you mean, something? Just look! It's easier than explaining. Okay. What the heck is this? That is a very good question. Probably a simplified version of the DNA sequence. And A is adenine, G is guanine, C is cystosine, T is thymine. I think we can manipulate it. Yeah. Looks like the puzzle has to do with pairing these bases. Bases. Yeah. DNA is made out of 4 bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. However, you can only bind A and T or G and C. Anything else just won't work. These are called complementary base pairings. You sure know a lot about this stuff. I guess so. Anyway, you should be able to solve the puzzle now. Give it a shot. Reposition each row so that each A is connected to a T and each G is connected to a C. Move each row sideways until the letters match up. Okay. Got it! Finally. Ah! Did it!
Good job, Sigma! That was awesome! You want a treat?
I'm not hungry.
You're turkey!
What in the hell? Stop screwing off! We don't have time for that. Now get over here and look at this. Huh?
There's something on it!
This is
the safe password!
perfect. This is just what we need.
Yeah! Now we can get in the safe!
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure green is the escape one.
This is a safe, right?
Yeah. It's just like the one in the AV room. I saw in the infirmary too. If we punch in the right password, it'll open up. At least it should. Yeah. So we still need to find the actual safe. Yes, it opened.
You did it!
Okay, what have we got here? First is a map.
It says 4B.
The one I found in the infirmary said 4A. So did the one from the lounge.
And that would make floor A the top floor, right? I mean, we rode the elevator down to get here.
Yeah, I guess so. Alright, let's keep looking. There's a lot of stuff in here. These are the key cards.
Each one's got a picture of a moon on it.
And these have to be the cards the announcer was talking about. Looks like they gave us 2, just like with the sun cards. I'm a solo, so I'll hang on to 1. Cool? Sure, fine. Next up, we've got a notebook. Anything interesting? I can't really read any of this. Are these even letters? What the heck is this?
Isn't it a journal? It's got dates and stuff.
Maybe, but I can't read any of this. What language is it?
Who knows? Maybe it's Brazilian?
They speak Portuguese in Brazil. Anyway, what else have we got in here? Looks like 2 more things.
Is that medicine? What's it say on the label?
Excalibur?
Excalibur?
Wait, didn't Luna say something about, Excalibur?
You're right. This is it. This is Excalibur. It's the cure for Radical 6.
Whoa, hold on. Let me see that. later. We need to get out of here as quick as possible.
Yeah, we need to get this stuff to Quark.
First, we've got to get out of this room.
Yeah, but that's easy. You've got it, right?
Yeah, let's go. Except we're not leaving just yet. There's one more slot here, which means we have one more empty cylinder. And I would like to find out what we need it for.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I have all of these seeds.
Are you gonna use those seeds in the mixer?
Yeah. You think I shouldn't?
No, I mean, don't you think you should put all of them in?
You mean all 5 different types of seeds?
Yeah.
Interesting. Why not? Alright. Done. Alright. I'll just pour the saline solution in here. There's a funnel above the beaker. Filtered liquid comes out of it. Eventually. Okay, looking good. What do I need to do next?
Don't you remember? Maybe you should take a look at the manual.
Oh wait, okay, so I've got it wrong. Alright, next to pour the ethanol into the beaker. Then... guess this should do it. Now, I use the capsule. Alright, I'm gonna dip the protrusion on this capsule into the stuff in the beaker.
Awesome! You've got it all!
Now we're gonna put it in here. Safe blue.
Look! The screen changed!
What's going on?
You put in the yellow capsule, right? I think it reacted to that.
Why?
Dunno. But I was just thinking.
Thinking what?
Well, that thing we just put in had plant DNA, yeah? Maybe that caused this. Anyway, let's go have a look.
Another password. Star, star, and moon.
Huh? It's different now.
Shapes are in different places. Yep. Star, star, moon? Got it. Ha! It opened.
Awesome! The suspense is killing me.
You found a gold file. To view it, visit the secret tab in the archive. Okay. Now... I think it's time to leave. Okay, so that's the way we came. The lock for the door. Right now it says lock. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Just get it over with. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, hold on a minute.
Okay.
There's something... Nah, I guess there's a couple of things I want to double check. Well, one of them's not really significant, I guess.
Okay, so what are they?
Huh?
First off, this machine.
Yeah, we didn't use it at all.
We didn't even end up using this thing, did we?
Nope. Yeah.
I was just wondering what it was.
Well, I'm not sure I'm supposed to answer that. Look at the side here. There's a name or something. IG Replicator.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah. Probably copies IG. Whatever that is.
Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Of course. This machine must be here so we can just make all the ice cream we want. Are you fucking nuts? You're one idiotic girl, you know that? Wow, Sigma, what the fuck is wrong with you? In other words, an IG.
Oh, good one.
Hey, this isn't the time for stupid jokes. There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary who needs our help.
Says the guy who could care less. He was right, of course. I hung my head in shame.
At any rate, as long as we don't know what IG means, we can't do anything with this machine, right?
That's right.
Makes sense. On to the second issue. Sigma, you found a journal and some sort of vial in the safe, right?
Yeah.
The vial. Could you show it to me again?
Why?
I didn't really get a good look at it before. You guys were in there so close I could barely see it. Was it really Excelavir?
Yeah, definitely. As I spoke, I pulled the vial out of my pocket.
You fucking idiot!
See? It's written right here on the label. Excelavir.
You really are an idiot.
Huh?
Although I guess in this case the G in IG stands for guy.
What? I don't... The words were barely out of my mouth when he moved. Oh, fuck. Before I could blink, the vial disappeared from my hand. Hey, what gives?
What are you doing?
Dio slipped the vial quickly into his coat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. I'll even give it back to you later.
No, not later. Give it back now.
I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Request?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, in the next AB game, you have to choose ally.
So what, you can kill me? Ally? Wait, is that why you took the medicine? To blackmail me?
That's horrible! You're using Quark's life as leverage!
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so. I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say.
I didn't realize until they started to hurt that it curled my hands into fists. If Dio would only give me an opening.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll smash it.
He patted his pocket gently.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
Damn it!
That's not fair!
This game isn't about compassion. It's not about being clever. It's about one thing. How well you can manipulate people to your advantage. How unfair you can be. So, what are you gonna do? Ready to promise me you'll pick ally?
So here's a question. If I pick ally, does that mean that you're gonna pick betray so that you can get 9 points? You know what that means, right? That means you kill me. Fine. I promise.
Sigma!
Oh, I knew you'd say it eventually. I'm glad you understand how this works, but don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and, well, you know what happens. See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
With one last self-satisfied chuckle, Dio strutted out of the room.
Fuck this guy!
Are you really going to do what he says?
Yeah.
Sigma, you've only got 1 BP right now. If we choose ally, and he chooses betray...
I know. I'll drop to -1, and that means I'll get penalized.
But that means...
Yeah, look, it's not like I want to, alright? If we don't do as he says, then he'll destroy the medicine. If he does that, then Quark will...
So you're going to die to save his life? That's...
Why would you do that?
In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from a foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everybody else is probably finished already. I bet they're waiting for us. I didn't wait for Clover's response. Wow. Am I gonna face a game over because I only have 1 point?
An ambidex gate has been opened.
Dio is in a rush.
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Sorry. I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Dio. In one of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned, and slid it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve. I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to the next round.
Ugh. I glanced around the warehouse. Alice and Kay were back. As was Vi. And of course, Clover. Where's Tenmyoji and the rest of them?
They're in the infirmary.
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
I see.
How's he doing? Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
No change then, huh?
Right.
So what was your room, Sigma?
A laboratory.
Is that so?
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
Yeah, it did. Was there any of that Excelavir?
Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
My eyes flicked to Dio for a moment. No. Nothing. Beside me, Clover bit her lip.
I see.
So how'd it go with you? Find anything interesting? Vi only shook her head. With a unison of movement that almost looked choreographed, Alice and Kay shrugged.
Where does that leave us? We've still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek at it.
I'll show you the way then.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice, Kay, and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps there's some Excelavir hidden somewhere in there.
God. What a bastard.
Then I shall take you there.
What about you two? Where are you going?
Well, I think I'll start by heading over to the infirmary to see how Quark's doing.
Then I will too.
Glad that's settled.
She nodded to Clover, and they disappeared through the magenta door. Dio and Kay followed a few footsteps behind. Okay then. Guess we should be going too.
Hold on. Show me that journal first.
Huh?
Dio told me about it. You wouldn't tell me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language. You said you had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
Yeah. One sec. I dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Phi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
This is Latin.
Oh! Well, okay then. Latin? You mean you can read it?
Yeah, with time and a dictionary.
So, in other words, no.
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly. This looks like some kind of research log. It's not gonna be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff. I can understand a little of it, mostly conjunctions and things like that. But most of these words I've never even seen before.
Phi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. Then suddenly, she stopped.
Wait. I can read this one. Page 216. This isn't research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
Okay. Well, what's it say?
Don't rush me. This is gonna take a minute. Interesting. All right, I think I got it. It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
What? Why are they talking about that?
Not sure. Let me read it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on a 1-to-1 basis with regards to time, Radical 6 reduces this to 1 divided by 1/6, or approximately 1.408. Okay, so I guess when things sped up around Sigma in one of the timelines, that wasn't because he was a robot like I initially thought. It was because he's probably got Radical 6 now. This means that for every second that passes outside, the patient feels that only 0.408 seconds have passed inside. Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds, or power of 6 seconds, I guess, have passed outside. In other words, when 10 seconds passed in the real world, a patient infected with Radical 6 would feel as only 4 seconds had passed. This is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. Radical is another term for what is also known as the root operation, the function inverse to the taking of a power. In a less mathematical sense, it can also be used to refer to something that is extreme or severe. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to die by suicide. The exact cause of this is unclear, and although there is as of yet no direct link between suicidal urges and the reduction in mental processing speed, many believe that they are not unrelated. Those infected with Radical 6 perceive the world to be moving at a fever pitch, as if it were a video cassette being fast-forwarded. Yep, Sigma had Radical 6 in the alternate timeline. For instance, although the patient believes that only 10 seconds have passed, in fact 24.5 seconds have passed. Given this increased speed of input, maintaining the ability to observe and reason would become a Herculean task. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception caused the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempts to take their own life, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but we have been unable to develop one. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity to the virus. Thus far, however, we've been unable to locate a suitable subject, so I have continued my efforts to discover an alternative means of treatment. Given my current rate of progress, I predict that I will have a workable treatment within a decade or two. It is my fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times, Their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Every day, I see more crows and rats everywhere, feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats, who've grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Their survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. Whoa. That's a lot of information. Now we know what the virus does to you, though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by the root of 1/6. That's, what, about 40%?
That isn't the important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself.
There are two other things in here that worry me. First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet. What do you make of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when this journal was written. As I keep knocking stuff over, jeez. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called that Excelavir that cures it.
Exactly. But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
So I guess this journal was written, what, 20 years ago? Which means that Radical 6 has been around since, like, for a long time, like even before then? Hold on a sec. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
December 29th. No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining people too. After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities? But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
You're trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters, which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
But Quark's been infected, right?
Then maybe the virus got in somehow.
That would be bad.
Just think about it for a minute. If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades. While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up?
Right. It's all just speculation, but...
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but... we were all captured before the pandemic started, right?
Yeah.
And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? But most important, why the hell are we playing the Nonary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions. I think we should see if we can find anything else.
Vi had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
Changed my mind. You can tell me about Quark later.
And with that... she was gone. Man. I let out a long, tired sigh and started off towards the infirmary. How's he doing?
He seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
Still sleeping.
I see. Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.
I made my way around the partition to the side of Quark's bed. The journal and the thing Phi and I had talked about would definitely need to be addressed, but for the moment, the AB game was what I needed to concentrate on. Lives were at stake. Mine and Quark's. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to die by suicide. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him the second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps he'd just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him forever. There was only one way to save Quark, and that was with the Accelavir. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. The question was then, what to do? Sacrifice myself to save Quark? Or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself? Damn. Dio's a fucking asshole. It was so faint, I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa. Grandpa.
He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly, my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quark die, even for a minute, was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I going to leave Quark to die. My hands tightened into fists as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Damn.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally. Results will be
Looks like it's almost time. You two should head back.
What about you?
Not going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote...
I'll automatically ally. I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
What are you gonna do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has one BP left. If I pick betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it.
Not like somebody else we know.
And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see? Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not. My vote's the same either way.
Tenmyoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright. Take care of Quark.
Of course. You worry about yourself.
Let's go.
Okay.
Luna and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Tenmyoji and Quark behind. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Dio?
Take a look at the doors.
They're all closed. When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
That he went in, I guess.
Exactly.
That bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the Axelavir from him by force, so he'd hid himself in the AB room. What a coward. I'd made up my mind to choose Ally no matter what, but... part of me had still considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now he'd made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
Luna explained Tenmyoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking Betray.
Right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes Ally, I can't choose Betray. If I do, K's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
You laugh like that, but it is possible.
You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well,
She's not wrong.
I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Yep.
Why not?
I just can't.
Because he wants her to pick Betray.
Shall we go, Alice?
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Kay continued briskly towards the AB room as if he simply hadn't heard Phi. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot towards the second room from the right, and were soon out of sight inside it. All right, Clover. Time for us to go.
Oh, okay. Right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed towards the leftmost AB room. The Ambidex game will now begin. To enter your vote, please touch the start button on your screen. Once you've entered your vote, the door will lock automatically. It will not open again until the polling period is finished.
What are you gonna do?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm going to choose Ally.
You can't! You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to Ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick Betray.
Do you really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to?
Nope. Absolutely not. He is taking full fucking advantage of this and he doesn't give a shit.
No. No way. He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points.
Well, what about you?
Huh?
You've got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chose Ally and we chose Betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up. I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is Ally. It's the only chance we have to get that medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Axelavir, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is. Damn, man.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran towards the voting machine. No! Stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backwards with all my strength.
Ow!
Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard, huh?
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But you're gonna die! Dio's going to kill you! You can't do this! I don't want you to die.
Ten seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Thanks. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1. Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
I fully expect this to lead to a game over, but Sigma's committed, so...
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Clover and I stepped out of the AV room. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me, I could already see it in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed towards the results screen.
Sigma.
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. Yep. Also, called K using picking betray.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Suddenly, all eyes were on me. I felt their weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic, Soparil. I blinked, and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh
no! Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus. but I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. Damn it. You keep your promise. God damn it. I groaned and with a Herculean effort lifted my head and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow, I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. And then at last, the smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back? Don't act like it's yours. Are we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found the Excelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now you. I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Excelavir. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
And with a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it towards me. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said unmistakably, Excelavir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out towards her.
Right. Of course.
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me, and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma! Are you okay?
Does it fucking look like I'm okay?
Sigma! Sigma!
I guess this is it.
First is the sofa reel, which puts you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubo-cure ring is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
9 minutes. Once the Soprol was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed suit. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. Oh! For real, I thought that was going to be a game over. Holy shit! Did I just find another lock instead? Like, how do we escape this?